Hey, what's up? I got some more lore content for you guys. A new rotation means a new meta report to get your climb jump started. This one's interesting because we have a returning deck from last meta, but two decks from the past that have now rotated in. Trust me, you don't want to miss out. That way you have a good understanding of what's strong, whether you want to play the best decks themselves or if you want to know how to counter them. Let's see what these strong decks are, shall we? Welcome to Meta Report. And we'll be starting off with an aggressive mid-range strategy before moving on to some slower decks. This is Elise Nocturne Fearsome midrange. Coming in with a win rate of 58.33% and a play rate of 2.46%, this deck is very explosive and very powerful. Its best matchups include Kayle Morgana Lilia, Galio Udyr, Zoe Viktor, and Norra Si, while its worst matchups are Cat Misfortune, Udyr Morgana, Draven Rumble Discard, and Elise Kindred Morgana. The main strategy of this deck is to abuse the Fearsome keyword, making it really hard for the opponent to block your units, so you're basically attacking with pseudo-unblockable attackers sometimes, especially when you have the Frenzied Skitter set up. So this deck is going to be playing around the Spider synergy with Elise, the Arachnoid Horror, the Frenzied Skitter, and then also being able to print said cards via the Iron Conquest, and also Soul Cleave, right? So you can set up like really big skitter turns. If you have a bunch of spiders on the board, a bunch of fearsome attackers, then you can just like AoE reduce the enemy's attack, make it to where you just push like 15 to 20 damage all in one go. This deck can definitely OTK multiple different ways, so it's like really scary, right? So also, it's going to have really explosive early games, it's going to have really good mid games, and it also has a very solid late game with Harrowing. So if you're fighting like slower matchups, then you can also use this and then be able to have like a late game win con essentially. But it's a pretty cool like combo deck where you want to set up like certain things, make sure you have the right pieces, and then basically play them out and get really strong mid game pushes. So you want to set up like really early, right? Get some Wraiths going, get some Wraith Callers going, print the Wraith Caller with Soul Cleave or Iron Conquest, slow down the opponent's strategy with Soul Harvest, and then just basically push your advantage in a snowball-like fashion to where the opponent can't keep up with your pressure. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how the deck plays out. I'll be giving context to why I'm playing certain cards, and hopefully it gives you a good feel on how to play the deck. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting Ahri Zed. So Ahri and Kennen's relationship is over. It's all about Zed now, apparently. We have Elise attacking on evens. We love that. Don't think I need to keep both Elise, so I will get rid of one, get rid of the Glimpse, and I'll probably also get rid of the Risen Miss. I want to try to maximize my Spider Opener as much as I can. If you open Elise, you kind of want to high prioritize Arachnoid Horror and Skitter. And also look at that, top deck Precious Pet, so absolutely perfect. We could probably go for an Elise level this game, which is really good into them because I don't think they have a lot of fearsome blockers, nor do they have cheap and efficient removal to deal with like a spider swarm. They may run Glare, and that's kind of it.
I pull the strings.
Other than that, they have to be on like Twin Disciplines or something to create a fearsome blocker. So this is already a great turn 2, about as good as the deck can do. Precious Pet on defense 1, Elise on attack 2. Lots of pressure here. Bonk, bonk, bonk. They did not even block the Spiderling. There's Ahri. Hello, Ahri. They're probably just going to open attack this. And then, like, basically threaten that they have a buff of some kind. Or they do a weapon. Okay. Strike, refill, spell mana. Nope, not going to happen. We're going to go ahead and do Frenzied Skitter right here, because this is going to give us Elise level, while also deterring their attack quite a lot. So I'm assuming this is still Twin Disciplines, right? The only reason they attack with Ahri is because they have Twin in hand. I'm going to let them get away with it. If they don't have Twin, then they don't have Twin. But, like, I'm not going to risk it and then lose my Elise level. You have to be on something else. You also have to be on removal. Do you have it? Retreat. When I'm recalled, draw 1. Alright, so they're just going to play, like, turbo draw here. Return something. They could return Zed, even. Zed is a target for return. But, yeah, I have the Elise level. So, I feel like I'm in a really good spot. Oh, there's the Zed. I called that. Alright. Get the Elise. We have some grabbers.
Change into something more comfortable.
Alright. Now let's do Iron Conquest. And probably Stygian, right? Just push like maximum fearsome damage. And also, if they're saving mana for like a buff or some kind, you know, then I can just go ahead and do this. Yeah, it's really good. I'll just swing 2-1 into 3-2. Swing. Actually, should I copy something first? Yeah, let's copy the Skitter. Good card. There's some world where I could copy like Stygian and then also like replace the Iron Conquest with Stygian, but that's like a little too all in for how many options they can have for 4 mana. Go ahead and do that. That does level our Nocturne in deck. Wuju style. Yeah, that's a cheap buff. And meditate. You got it. I'm actually so fine with this though. There's also another world where we could have just like grabbed the Ahri with like the 1/1 or something. But I kind of want her dead anyways. Alright, that's interesting. As long as you're not healing, I guess I don't really care how big your Zed gets. Right. Yeah, I'm kind of down to play the Skitter this turn. And then I should just win next turn, right? Surely. Otter. Okay, I'm gonna play another Conquest then. My next turn is just gonna be Skitter Skitter.
Stay safe. I'll take it from here.
Okay. Prank me, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead and prank me. Oh no, not my Harrowing that I'm not gonna get to. Please don't hit. Oh, they hit my Wraith. Well, that wasn't very nice. Short. Block here. Block here. You can have that. Pass. You gonna prank me again? You are. Alright, now I can fill my hand. So we do this. The order mattered. I didn't want them to be able to prank my Skitter. That's why I was waiting for the Conquest copying. Here we go. And then we'll just do Chapter 3 of Conquest and then double Skitter and call it a day. I mean, I'm kind of rude. This is kind of messed up. Huzzah! Big damage. Also, if you guys heard that window sound, that was me, not you. That probably tripped some people out. Yeah, prank me until your heart's content. Have a grand old time with all that. Yeah, good luck coming up with more. Hey, wait a minute. You came up with more. Never mind, no you didn't. Negative attack. I was like, hey, hold up. You can't be creating more Fearsome blockers, not on my watch. But yeah, Skitter printing, kinda strong. And the next deck I have for you is a returning competitor from a previous meta, Norra and Mordekaiser. Coming in with a win rate of 54.57% and a play rate of 4.01%, it's doing just as good as ever. Its best matchups include Misfortune Nila, Lee Sin Zoe, Cat Misfortune, and Misfortune Quinn Scouts. Its worst matchups are Trundle Norra, Jace Norra, Lee Sin Viktor, and Trundle Lysandra. And just like before, this is a resource-based control deck, which means it wants to whittle down the opponent's resources while also increasing its own through some cheating type mechanics like the portals. So you want to hit removal on your opponent's units, right? Set them behind, set them back in their strategy, and also their resources, how many cards they even have to work with to begin with. And then also, you are getting increased resources through the Norra portals. You're getting extra spells through Conchologist. You're drawing your deck faster than the opponent is, so there's going to be a lot of times where the opponent is only on like 2 or 3 cards and you have like 8 in hand, essentially. And that gap of power is incredible. It's enough to make the opponent want to surrender outright, just because they're not going to have enough to deal with everything that you have. All the responses you have, all the reaction tools you have. The opponent literally just cannot play through it. So that's what this deck is trying to do. It wants to efficiently use its removal. It wants to efficiently get more cards and stay ahead in terms of fuel and resources. And also, it can aloof Traveler print, which is very, very frustrating. So you use like early game removal like Hate Spike and Soul Harvest and Death Grasp to deal with like the early game units. And then once you play aloof Travelers, that's also going to discard some of your opponent's highest cost cards from their hand, which means you're killing their low stuff and you're discarding / getting rid of, like discarding their high stuff. So they actually just cannot play, right? That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to create like a soft lock. The opponent just cannot play. Now, another cool thing you can do with aloof, and I use the word cool like with quotes around them. So you can use aloof Travelers as a printing card. So you can create more copies of this via Mordekaiser and things like that, get the on summon effect, right? And then the opponent is losing even more cards over and over and over. You're just killing their high cost stuff. Yes, you do get to replace it, right, by giving them a card, but they're losing something that's more valuable, probably. That's where the value of this card comes in. Well, you're also drawing one off of it, so really, really, really scary deck. Really, really strong from ahead. It can get ahead very easily. It has a plethora of options. It has an insane amount of draw, and it has like early game removal. It has some early things that it can play against swarming go wide decks. You can block the enemy units pretty efficiently while also getting more removal. It's got really good stuff for the mid game. It's got vengeance for late game units. And then, yeah, you just play Morde, Necrotic Arachnoid. You have a panic button in terms of Ruination in case you need a full reset. Like, it just does exactly what it wants to do so incredibly well. It's probably one of the best resource-based control decks this game has ever seen. So that's why it's so prominent anytime it comes back into the standard rotation. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game so you can see how it plays out. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting Esnila. We definitely want Soul Harvest because that targets both of their champions, which is fantastic. So we're going to keep that. We can probably get rid of the Darkened Halberd. I think we want that later as like a combo tool. Something else Darkened Halberd does is it kills on play, right? So that's really good if you already have Mordekaiser developed, and then you basically get a free revive. That's where the combo potential of Halberd is, and then you can also play it as big Harrowing. So we can get rid of Halberd. Portapalooza is like a fine draw card. Legion's like an okay card. I think we'd want to see aloof with him, so we'll get rid of him. Try to find some other early game units like Draw or Conchologist. Hey, or more reactive tools. And we have our Norra. Norra's great here. I hope they just play Nila. If they play Nila on 2, then we'll Soul Harvest and kill her. No? Alright. Then I'm kind of down to do the Sentry here. Wait, next turn. See if they play Nila now. They do not. And then I kind of want to play Norra, but I'm pretty sure she's just going to get Mystic Shot. They could do, like, Ezreal as well, which would be really annoying. I think I'll open attack this. There's no reason for us to play super proactive. See, we can just get the Mystic here. It's interesting that they're also throwing up the blocker. Not sure they need to do that. I'll just go ahead and accept this. I don't even need the Glimpse. I want to make sure I have Soul Harvest mana for Ezreal, in case they play Ez here. Vikrash. Fascinating. Okay. Now I think I can play Norra. So if they're on second Mystic, then I can Glimpse. Otherwise, again, just saving Soul Harvest for champion. Just kind of chilling, getting to the mid game. Yeah, all that's pretty fine. Not gonna do much about that. I'm kind of okay with baiting a pass here. They actually burn more than I do. And I kind of want to get into the mid game. Other than that, I could play a Portapalooza, but that puts me at 1 mana. I have no reaction. I'd rather bait the pass for sure. Gotcha. Alright, we can glimpse that then. Right, should I glimpse that? Or should I just play the Portapalooza after? Get the portal power going. Let's get the portals. I'll take that. Let's do the Portapalooza now. Nice, portal on 1. It's a pretty good one too. Giant Architect, love that. Bull Shark, that's fine. No biggie. Alright, so we can portal again. And then, I guess pass. I'm just gonna need to, like, pray for the portals. That is... okay. Double champs now. Alright, fair enough.
When battle is joy, the revelry is endless.
Yeah, let me get some portals. Let me get some blockers here. Okay, these are pretty good. I will take that. One of them's even a brash blocker for that Neela. Boom. 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 Value trades across the board. Give them a free Mystic. That's fine. They can have it. Gotcha here. I will go ahead and do Death Grasp then, won't I? Death Grasp this to Ezreal. Nice. That's really good. And then Soul Harvest, kill the Neela. And just like that, what I was talking about in the description of this deck, we have so many more cards than they do. They're drawing so much. They're playing a heavy draw deck, and I'm still ahead in resources. Another Vikrash. Sure. Turn 7. Looks like a Mordekaiser turn to me. Oh, interesting. I don't like this card very much. Let's go ahead and Morde both of these to res them. Come out with full health. I am not done with you. Nice. Slipstream, draw some cards. Sure, have a grand old time. Slipstream, draw some cards. Yeah. Have more of a grand old time. And then what, you're gonna beta pass? Or you're gonna play something here? You're slipstreaming so much. Now what? You know I won't attack, right? Oh, okay, that makes more sense. Ruined Rex. Is that like an Ezreal level too? It's a bit of an issue. Go ahead and grab one of these. Yeah, makes sense. Doing it for the target. And there goes all of your hand. So, sure. Whatever you say. That's a lot of damage. A lot of damage I don't really want to take. I could do this. Because, like, I don't want to die to Ezreal, right? Or, I could just Vengeance it, straight up. Now I take, like, no damage. Get to keep my Morde, too. And then beta pass. Another Rex. Ow. Alright, fine. I'll play the Sentry. And then next turn it can just be like some Conchologist shenanigans. Okay, are you about done? We're fine though. We're so fine. Like, look at my hand. I have so many options. And I'm creating more, just for fun. Just because I can. Trinket Trade sounds funny. Black Spear is pretty good though, but I already have so much removal. What does this do? A buff? I don't really need that. Let's get the Trinket Trade.
Take a peek at life beneath the waves.
Mystic Shots. Alright. I can finally glimpse this Mordekaiser. Alright. And then we can do an Otterpuss. Get that.
You are quite slimy.
You are quite slimy, he says. Do a Hate Spike here. Get rid of the elusive. Play the junk. Attack with both, because why not? Alright. What else you got? Oh, hello, Mordekaiser. Lovely to see you. What's that last card, you think? Let's take a look. It's a champion! Oh my goodness. They're holding out on me, I see. Alright. So I'm not going to let that happen, of course. Playing Mordekaiser here would be very troll, so we're not going to do it. Now we can, because we have mana to deal with the champion. I am not done with you. Level the Mordekaiser. Yep, we're playing nice, slow, and steady. Passing at the opportune times and using the spells at the opportune times. Basically locking them out. I will lay waste to you. Get that drain. Now, every time something dies, we get a drain, which is really good. Yeah, we can conch. Conch for fun. Create a copy in hand so that it stats to 1/1. Recall a unit with 3 or less power.
What wondrous discoveries await me.
Many good options. Doesn't really matter what we do. Right.
For a true display of skill.
Start with this. There's no way you have more answers than I do. And there's no way you're killing me from 9 either. Yeah, I didn't think so. I legitimately just did not think so, bruh. Now we're draining infinitely, so we have the lockdown. What the freak? Why are you being mean, huh? What you doing all that for? This is actually kind of messed up. I feel so powerful. I feel undefeatable. It's the lockdown. And finally, I was saving this deck for last because I covered it recently in a meta report. This is Heimerdinger Viktor. Coming in with a win rate of 56.15% and a play rate of 3.46%, it is still a strong contender even after rotation. Its best matchups include Scion Morde, Trundle Lissandra, Elise Kindred Morgana, and Morgana Lilia. While its worst matchups are Jace Lux, Jace Norra, LeBlanc Scion, and Draven Rumble Discard. So this deck in playstyle is very similar to Norra Morde, which we just covered. It's a resource-based control deck. However, it's going to feel a little bit different. So it's going to try to get pressure slightly different ways. We do have like the removal tools, we have like control, we have things like that, right? However, instead of portals and aloof travelers, we're going to be playing Heimerdinger to get an army of turrets, just a massive army, and then also play Viktor to get created card synergy, right? Especially if he levels, and then we'll be creating more cards. We also have really cheesy win cons with like Scavenge Camo Cloaker being able to give Viktor elusive once you develop him. So this deck definitely has like a little bit more avenues to hit the gas out of nowhere compared to Norra Morde. Norra Morde fully is sit back, relax, and play defensive. This deck can hit the go button when it needs to. So you could just be on like a random Viktor, one-man army style build, use Deny to protect him from enemy removal spells like Vengeance, and then get him really, really big, get him protected. He has like Spell Shield, he has like Overwhelm, and then you just also give him Elusive or something like that, right, with Camo Cloaker. And then boom, he's like a one-card win con. Or again, yeah, you can play Heimer, play a plethora of turrets, get him leveled, do wombo combos with Heimer and Flash of Brilliance to get 3-cost turrets, get 6-cost turrets, and then you can swarm the board that way. You can also play Heart of the Tree, get this developed and get like a really big dude in the late game, right? And be pretty happy about that as well. And then again, all the early game and control tools needed to get there. This deck also has Explorer, so you can use landmark removal, you can use weapon removal, heal against aggro, you can turn off keywords against keyword spam decks. So, that's basically what this deck is trying to do. And that's it for the deck rundown. Now here's a live commentary game. And for this example game, we're going to be fighting Lurk, which was going to be an honorable mention if it didn't have less than 50% win rate. Lurk is still the most prominent deck. It's the most played deck, but it's really not that great. It's like 49%. It's just not doing super well in the meta. Like, it itself is a very strong deck, like, in a vacuum, but the meta kind of outplays it right now. So let's go ahead and mulligan pretty much all this. I don't even want the Pioneer. I want none. I could keep the Rocket Barrage because it's, like, pretty good against some of the fishes, but yeah, we kind of want our early game stuff, and yeah, champion pressure too. Nice, Aftershock is good. We're also attacking on odds, which feels amazing, so they can't proc lurk right on turn 1. They're also using a predict on their defense turn, which is not optimal. But maybe it's okay to try to fix their hand if they mulligans and don't have anything they're super happy with. Yeah, this is fine. I can Portal Pioneer here. So, they never play a weapon, they never play landmark. I guess I go for heal or keyword. I can turn off quick attack, I can turn off fearsome, or I can just get a generic 2 HP. We'll go with the keyword, just in case they get like a pike spell or something. Prevent 2 damage as well. Love that. And then this turn I shall pass. Another, wow, they just opened triple Bakai. That's kind of cool. Good for them. Triple Bakai. Zersai Collar. So it would seem. Yeah, let's just go ahead and Aftershock that. It's a lot of damage, you know? See? They also hit the Rek'Sai there. Go and play Viktor. I'm not going to do the Heimer and Flash play. I'm just going to get the Heimer out. Start getting this Viktor going too. I can do the Flash next turn. Oh, what's this? First time an ally card targets me, grant me 1/1. Well, I don't really have a lot of targeting, so that's unfortunate. Heimer! We'll get a 0-cost turret. Good jump blocker for fun. Zersareth. Sure. Overwhelm. Cool. I mean, hey, the Viktor is getting big. Love to see it. Alright, this turn we'll do Flash and then something. Open attack Andy. Really, no Rek'Sai. That's an interesting choice. I'm very surprised by no Rek'Sai here. So we'll get that 0-cost turret to jump block, and then I will just accept the rest. It's just a couple Bakais, we're fine. Pike spell. Summon Pike striking an enemy. Well, I can do the Flash, right? Get the turret. Now let me think. Am I going to put Heimer back in my hand? Or do I let this go through? That is the question. It also makes me lose it. I'd rather just play the formula. Get the turrets. Let the Heimer die. I think he did his job. Ah, there went a, yep, clock, but I didn't really need it. And then I could also Mystic this. I could save the Mystics though and kill Pike. It's not worth another turret. I'll let it happen now. Sorry, that Windows noise is me again. I must be kicking a wire or something. I don't know what's going on. I need to fix my wires. My wire placement under my desk, not optimal. Hammer Snout? Sure. Do not care. Do not care that much. Oh yeah, we have another Heimer anyways. I failed to realize that. I drew into second Heimer. So this is perfect. If I can get Scavenge Camo Cloaker, I mean, that's just going to be awesome for me. That's a big Viktor too. Holy. Pass. Yeah, we can just start with the Hex Score upgrade and then play the turn slow. I have a lot of reactive tools, a lot of removal. Quick Attack's awesome. Dude, Quick Attack, Overwhelm, Tough, Faded. Viktor is huge right now. He's actually so big. Yeah, use the Rocket Barrage, kill the Pike, whittle down that board a little bit here. And then swing. And then I'll use Mystics after. I'm not playing Heimer. Not this turn. Interesting. Well, you just goofed. You just died. I can just double Mystic Face then. What? Yeah, goofy goober. What are ya doing? You can't be going that low. I can kill you from that low. I also had Twin in hand if I wanted to do that instead. You're so greedy. You goofster. And now you can't even use Rare Negation or anything if you ran it. You have 3 mana. You can't do nothing about double Mystic. Oh, nah. Hey, you know what? Sometimes you go out like that. It is what it is. Because, like, I was saving Mystics to try to trade up into these with my Fearsome turret. I thought they would, like, block and care a little bit about their HP, seeing that I have Big Viktor, and I have an Elusive turret in my hand. But I suppose not. I suppose they just did not care. Pew pew! And that's it for this week's decks. Extra shout out to the patrons on screen. Much love and thank you for supporting. So yeah, to wrap things up, there's a good variety of playstyles this time around. Aggressive midrange, full control, and control that can randomly swing for 15 or more at a time. I've also personally seen burn aggro make a slight comeback, so if nothing else, there should be a deck for everyone. This has been Meta Report. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one. Laters.